Live again on a Sunday. So, yeah, not the most ideal time. Well, certainly from my perspective. I know some people are probably watching in North America, but from my perspective, it's quite late here in the UK. It's 11:15, and I am exhausted because I woke up last night and then I started watching UFC. So that was me up for a couple of hours. Those of you in North America don't realize how lucky you are. So, yes, what this live stream is about phones, but it's about the Huawei P30 because I ordered it today. So, this is not something I expected to do until last night, until I saw a really good deal. It wasn't on my radar, and yeah, I've ordered it. So, I want to talk about that in this video and talk about why I bought it, and just kind of basically just talk about the features and the specs and the deal that made me buy it. There's a lot of good phones out there. I'll be honest, the Huawei P30 and the Huawei P30 Pro were not on my radar because of price. The Huawei P30 Pro, for example, came out in the UK with a £900 SIM-free price point, which is insane, absolutely insane. It's an expensive phone. And that's really what phones like the Samsung Note range and all that normally come out at, maybe then a year later you get a bargain. So yeah, I think that the initial price point meant that I didn't even give it a look. I didn't even look at it because it was so expensive. But it has come down in price, and I think a lot of the news as well, maybe it has forced Huawei to offer some good deals. The whole thing with Trump and, the USA blocking Huawei and Google and all that. It's not something I'm really concerned about, if I'm honest. There's been a bit of a reprise for those of you who don't know. It's kind of political, but the USA was trying to ban Huawei technology, and they were trying to prevent Huawei from using Google Android. And legally, Google would have to follow that, which would mean that Huawei phone users would not be able to access the Google Play Store, at least not directly, without like side loading it or flashing the ROM or something like that. I think there's been a bit of a come and go with that. I think it's going to be okay, but to be honest, this wasn't something that I was worried about. I really wasn't caring about it. The way that I was looking at it was that if this did actually go down, if for whatever reason Europe and North America banned Huawei phones, then I'll be able to pick up Huawei devices cheaper and I can just flash the ROM myself. So I was kind of looking at it from a selfish point of view. It didn't concern me. And I've got a Huawei tablet, and I've had the tablet for a year and I love it. I've always thought it's been good with updates. I've always thought that the tablet itself was really good. It was good value for money. So yes, I've got no qualms about jumping back into the world of Huawei. Certainly because, I've been impressed with what they've been doing with phones over the last few years. I think they're the second biggest phone company in the world now. So I nearly bought the P20 Pro last year because the deals were good, but I didn't. But my friend has the P30 Pro, so I had a look at it recently. It's a very good phone. But I have opted for the cheaper P30. So you can see this is the P30, this is the P30 Pro. If you actually look at it, they're very, very similar. And I'll have a look at the specs to show you what I'm talking about. But, we've got the same CPU. One of these sensors here, I believe just one of them, or maybe two of them, are actually slightly different. And you'll see this in the comparison. But you're still getting a flagship CPU, flagship RAM, as far as 6 or 8 gigabytes. And you've got the optical fingerprint sensor, which I'll be honest, I prefer a rear fingerprint sensor, but very few phones actually offer it. But I looked at the P30 and the P30 Pro. Now, the P30 has a headphone jack. Right off the bat, that's something I like. But it does drop a lot of interesting features. So if I look here, I'm going to compare the specs here between the P30 on the left here and the P30 Pro. You can highlight the differences here as well. It doesn't show up for me. For whatever reason, it doesn't show on my screen, but it shows in the recording. Hey Ed, good to see you, mate. So this is the difference between these two phones. And if you scroll down here, you can see right off the bat, it's a lighter phone, it's a smaller phone. It's got a 5.87 inch screen against 6.22. When you actually compare the sizes, the size of them, it's quite a big bit smaller, but it's big enough for me, I would say. A little bit lighter as well. Now you can see here as well, there's a lot of similarities here as well, especially when you look at the build, the SIM, but the water resistance is a little bit different. IP53, good enough for me. Hey Norlis, the phone king. Thanks, Ed. I hadn't even paid attention to that until I think it was yesterday. I noticed I'd creeped over 7,000 subscribers. I think when you got up, you kind of creep up the numbers a little bit quicker. So I'll try and get back on track in a second. But yes, I've bought the P30, guys, rather than wait for the Asus or the Asus Zenfone 6. And I think once I show you what this phone can do specs wise, and then once I show you the deal I got, you will not only agree with me that I've made the right choice, but probably want to do the same deal. Certainly if you're in the UK, I guess some of you guys want to do the same deal. So I just want to go through and look at some of the differences as well, because initially I was looking at the P30 Pro. P30 Pro was a very good deal, but then I looked at the P30. It was a lot cheaper, and I started looking at the differences. And you can see here the screen here. Oh, sorry, I was looking at the 5.87 inch screen there. That's wrong. 6.1 inch screen, 6.47. I don't know how I got that wrong. 6.1 inch, which is still big, because my Poco phone is 6.2. It's September. Well, maybe, I don't know. I'll see. Okay, but you can see here is the pixel per inch is pretty good as well. 422. So here we've got the same CPU, right? The Kirin 980. Same CPU, same GPU that's built in. You've still got a micro SD card slot. I think it comes with, I'm not sure if it comes with 6 or 8, but regardless, 6 is enough for me. If you look at the cameras here, it's got the same 40 megapixel camera here, but this is f1.8 against f1.6. 8 megapixel f2.4 against the 8 megapixel 3.4, which is a periscope. And then it's a 60 megapixel f2.2 against 20 megapixels. Now, whenever I read specs like that, guys, and I suspect you guys are the same, whenever I read camera specs like that, I take them in, but when you just read numbers like 40 megapixels, 8 megapixels, 12 megapixels, and it says it's this, aperture or this sensor, it doesn't always really, it doesn't really sink in what that means, because you've seen a lot of phones that have got the exact same sensor. Google Pixel is a good example where the software is producing better pictures than phones that have got the exact same sensor. So when you see the different megapixels there, it doesn't really tell the full story. I mean, certainly when you look at it, it's saying that the P30 Pro has got better camera sensors, and it does. The P30, P30 Pro is a better camera. But I spent maybe about an hour or two last night looking at different videos and different comparisons between them. There's not a huge amount of difference between them, guys. I don't know if you have checked this out as far as the P30 versus P30 Pro, but it's like there's certain pictures where it nearly looks identical. The zoom, the P30 Pro always wins, but most pictures, the P30 Pro is a little bit sharper, but it's not night and day. Plus, if you look at the front camera, it's the exact same sensor, and the selfie camera is the one that I use a lot for videos and stuff. Targeting the North American audience. No, I finished my real work about 10 o'clock, and then I recorded another video which will be publishing tomorrow. What did I record? See this tripod thing in the background, this mini LED light. If you see that I'm wearing the same t-shirt in the video tomorrow, it's because I just recorded it about an hour ago. And then I was ready to go to bed, and I thought, you know what, I'll just do the live stream anyway. I would agree, Hugh, that Snapdragon CPUs are better for gaming. From what I've read anyway, from what I've read. But I've also tested the P20 Pro last year, and I was playing about with my friend Kevin's P30 Pro, and gorgeous phone, absolutely gorgeous phone. Well, that's the thing, Ed. This one, the P30, does have a headphone jack. So going down here as well, from a recording point of view as well, I looked at a couple of video comparisons, and front camera, identical. The front camera on this is really good stabilization actually at 1080p. The back camera, it can record at 4K, but I looked at some comparisons and they're borderline identical. So despite having like kind of slightly different sensors that sometimes produces better pictures than the P30 Pro, when you look at it from a video perspective, the video quality of the P30 and the P30 Pro is almost identical, nearly almost, pretty much identical in most situations. Really good in low light as well. These cameras are amazing in low light. So it's got a headphone jack as well, which is good. What else are we losing here? We're losing an infrared port. Who the hell was using that? So it loses the 40 watt fast charging. Now that would have been very good actually. I'm not going to lie, that would have been good. I don't care about the wireless charging because it's so slow, but the fast battery charging would have been good. Speakers are about the same from what reviewers have seen, right? OnePlus is still my favorite. Yeah, OnePlus is pretty good. No problem, Norlis. Speak to you soon, mate. Okay, the price of the phone. Right? I won't hang on too long, right? So UK price, if you look on Amazon, you're talking $699 for the $699 for the P30, $899 for the P30 Pro. Kind of launch prices, and Amazon hasn't changed it, right? If you go into Hot UK deals, right? Onto Hot UK deals, this is the P30 Pro. You go into O2 refresh, £580.50, right? But you also get the Huawei GT watch, which retails at £180. And you can also get a gift, like a speaker or headphones, which are worth like £30. The speakers are like £30. So you can get it for like $580 plus a watch, which is worth $180. No, granted, if you sell it, you'll get $100. Now, if you scroll through a lot of the comments, you'll see this £75 discount. You literally just go onto the chat on O2 and you say, well, I'll take this deal. I heard some people got a £75 discount. I went on today and I got it immediately. And it dropped, if you do it for the P30 Pro, it drops the price from £580.50 down to £505.50. £505.50. That is the cheapest you'll find this phone. And you get if I can get it for you, the Huawei GT watch. You get this watch here, as you can see, £180. You get this watch free as well. So in like 10 or 15 days, 10 days, I think, I'll be able to claim this watch as well. Now, this is for the P30 Pro. Of course, that's not the one I've got. I got this. This is the deal I got. But I still got the £75 off. So I paid £276. I'm getting the P30. I'm getting the Huawei GT watch, which retails in Argos for £180. If I can sell that for $100, that brings my price down to $176 for the P30. If I can sell that for $100 on eBay, and I get either speakers, an action cam, or headphones. Now the headphones sell for £100, but they look terrible, so I might just go for the speakers at £30, because all the reviews for the headphones are terrible. So yes, I've managed to pick up the P30, 128 gigabytes for $276, and I'm getting the watch. Even if the watch, yeah, O2 refresh, SIM free, they unlock it for you if it's not already unlocked. So even if I keep the watch or I give it to a family member or something like that, $276 is still an amazing price. But if I keep that watch unboxed and just sell it and get minimum £80, then I'm going to get a P30 for sub $200, and that phone still continues to sell on Amazon for $699, which granted I wouldn't pay, but yeah, you're talking $500, $600 for that phone in the UK realistically. Now, the reason I was initially just looking at the Pro, I was not even looking at the P30 until I kind of just one day it caught my attention. I checked the O2 refresh price. When you take off the £75 discount, the difference was basically, for both deals, you get, you basically have to phone up a few days later and cancel the airtime. But for both deals, you get the watch. So whatever deal you get, P30 or P30 Pro, right now, even if you buy new or any deal, wherever you get it from, you're going to get this watch, which sells for 180. How much you sell it for? You know, it could be like £50 in CEX or £80 or £100 on eBay, but you will get the watch and it will be brand new, and you can get another gift as well if you pick one of the higher tariffs, which I did in order to get it. The reason I went for the P30 is quite simple. I've paid $276 for the Huawei P30 with the watch, with all the rest of it. It brings it down under 200 if I sell it. If I had bought the P30 Pro, it would have cost me $505.50. Now, you know, I've got the money to buy it, but really what I was looking at was paying almost double to get the Pro version. That's kind of what it came down to, you know, paying more than double. You know, as I said, take away the £80 or whatever I can get for this watch if I sell it, brings this price down to 200. It would bring that one down to like 420 or so. That means that is less than half the cost of buying the P30 Pro. And that's when I started looking down at this, and I started really looking at the comparison. I'm saying, okay, is that really worth me paying double? Is it really worth me paying double? With the smaller P30, you know, the cameras aren't as good. You don't have that periscope lens, which is really good. I know it is good. My friend showed me it and it is really good. But realistically, I'm not going to use that all the time. Hardly ever, if I'm honest. I will use the headphone jack. The wireless charging, nice bonus, I guess, but I wouldn't have used it that much. The fast battery charging 40 watts is something I would have used. But apart from that, it really just was the cameras. That was the main thing. And again, it comes back to the comparisons that I made online. When I was looking at a lot of the video comparisons, a lot of the reviews, the video comparisons, certainly for the front video, which is what I record with most of the time when I do a video for you guys, just hold the phone up, you know, on a tripod or whatever. The videos are identical, which makes sense because it's the exact same sensor. So the front video is the same. But the back camera at 4K or 1080p looks almost identical. I mean, I didn't see too many night shots, you know, night footage, but during the daytime, the video footage, you know, these phones look identical. It was really hard to tell which one was which. Photos, the P30 Pro is better, but it's not double the price better. It's like, you know, you'd be paying double the price for the phone to get, I don't know, maybe a little bit clearer. Nothing, it's not like night and day, you know. It's not like you're jumping ahead many generations, or you're jumping from a bottom of the line phone to the top of the line phone. The photos are better than the P30 Pro. Arguably, the P30 Pro is a better phone. But I think there's a good argument that if you're looking at both of these phones, you know, even just the smaller size of the P30, it's not as big in your pocket and all that. Certainly when you add a case and all that. Another thing as well, which doesn't tell you here, but the P30 Pro has kind of like an edge screen, kind of like what you get with the Samsung phones. And after having it with the Samsung S10, I'll be honest, I don't like that. I don't like the way the screen kind of goes round the side. I prefer it, you know, just flat, and that's what the P30's got. So the P30's got a flat screen, which for me is a bonus. For other people, maybe not, but for me, it's a bonus. It's got that headphone jack, but I'm losing the fast charging. I'm losing wireless charging and all that, and the cameras aren't as good. But I'm getting a smaller form factor. I think the overall package of the P30 is really, really good, and I really don't think that when you look at the price difference, I mean, it makes sense. You know, if you're looking at P30 and P30 Pro on a contract deal over 2 or 3 years, and it's a difference between, I don't know, paying £25 per month and paying £30 per month, maybe it's worth paying that extra to get that, you know, the P30 Pro, whatever. But I don't think the P30 Pro is worth twice what the P30 is. Don't get me wrong, I could have went for the P30 Pro, just splurged, went for the better phone. But I think I've made the right move by going for the value phone this time. And I think, looking at what I've paid here, guys, I couldn't believe how good this deal is. My friend, he got a contract deal for this, and it was like basically paying £800 or so he had to pay, you know, the contract value. These deals are amazing. If any of you guys are looking for a phone just now, these phones weren't on my radar. They weren't on my radar simply because they're so expensive in the first place that I didn't even consider them. No, it's not too good to be true here. This is the deal. What I would say though is O2 messed me around big time today though, because I ordered, I said, I'm not going to be in the house tomorrow, I'm going out. Can I get it delivered to my parents' house? And they said, no, has to be your house, has to be your home address. I said, okay. They said, well, why don't you pick it up? So I looked about, and the closest one I could collect it was Glasgow. It says collect today. So what did I do? I bought it, spoke to the woman. She says, yeah, collect today, just grab your passport or driving license. I grabbed my passport, 30-minute drive into Glasgow, parked the car, 15-minute walk, 10-minute walk or whatever it is, down to the O2 shop. I parked as well. I parked like 7th or 8th level of the shopping centre. I had to go all the way around it because it was so busy. All the way down to the shop, and they don't have it. So I drove in all the way today, and then I had to speak to all the staff in the O2 shop and try and work it out. And I was speaking to the woman on the phone, and then I was speaking to the people in the shop, and basically they're all tied by rules and they can't change anything. So I was like, well, just, you've got 4 in stock. No, it wasn't Silverburn. It was the Buchanan Street one. Buchanan Galleries. I parked it, and then I went down to the Buchanan Street shop. But yeah, so I went into the shop, and I was like, are you kidding me? I've just drove 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever, to get into town to get this phone. Why is it not here? And then I checked the email confirmation, which arrived after I was driving, and it said the 9th. It basically added 2 days onto it. So when I bought it, it said collect today. When I clicked buy now, they sent an email and it said collect on Tuesday, which doesn't suit me at all, really. It really doesn't suit me. But I spoke to them at the time, and I was like, well, just give me one of the phones in the shop. We can't do that. Then I spoke to the woman, and I was like, well, can I cancel it and then take one from the shop? You're like, yeah. I spoke to the guy in the shop. He's like, we can't do the same deal. We can't do that deal. We can't offer you it. We'd have to pay, it was like an extra, like £100 or something. I was like, well, I'm not doing that. Hi, say. And I was like, right, okay, well, when it comes into the shop, send it to my house, recorded delivery. Oh, we can't do that. We have to send it back to the warehouse, and when we do that, it cancels the order. I'm like, okay, well, before it arrives at the shop, redirect it, get it delivered at my house. We can't do that, sir, because it has to go to the registered address. I was like, well, it is my registered address. It's the one on the direct debit. Just send it there. No, we can't, sir. I'm like, oh, no. This went on and on for like an hour. Yeah, absolute nightmare, and they were just messing me about for ages about it, and they wouldn't do anything to change it, despite the fact it was them that kind of messed me about. I've not tested the Pixel 3a XL. I think that I think it's a good phone. I think the pictures and all that are great. Maybe a little bit overpriced if it's £400 in the UK. I don't know what it is elsewhere, but when it first came out, there was a really good deal. You could buy the Pixel 3a. And the XL with what was it, a Chromebook or something else, speakers or something. I think that was a good deal, or I think it was maybe the Alexa type speaker thing. That was a really good deal. But now it's kind of back up at £400. I would be looking at a different phone, but it's a good phone. I just think it's maybe a little bit too expensive for what it is right now. But Google Pixel phones, it's not like the Nexus range when Google first launched phones. These phones are quite expensive. So I'd agree with you, Ed. I think that's a fantastic deal. I don't have it. I should have it. I'll have it Tuesday. I need to drive it and get it Tuesday. There's no other way around it. It doesn't help me at all because I've got a lot of stuff to do that day. But unfortunately, I need to spend 2 hours driving in to get it and then drive back. No. Yeah, I'll do an unboxing Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. Tuesday at the earliest, Wednesday at the latest. I'll be able to do an unboxing. Now I'll pick up a case and stuff as well. So basically how it works with the O2 thing is that you buy the phone and you buy the contract, but it's separate. So you can buy the phone outright. I can actually show you this just now, Hugh, if you want. You can buy the phone outright and then you've just got the contract part. But because you've still got your legal requirement, you can phone up a few days later and say, I'm cancelling. I've actually got a really good reason to cancel now because they messed me about so much. Actually, when I got home, I thought, I'm going to try someone else. And I went on to the online chat and they were replying like every 10 minutes. I was looking at my phone and 2 hours, they said, okay, sir. And they put me around, like, I was doing something else at the time, so it wasn't too bad, but they sent me around to like 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever it was, different people. They kept saying, oh, okay, and then I'll pass it to my manager, and then they passed it, and they just kept passing me about. and then he come back. And the annoying thing with this is, eventually I spoke to someone on the phone at 6 o'clock, just like 4:45, 5:30 tonight. I said, right, just tell them, how do I sort this? They said, speak to somebody for the sales team, cancel your order, speak to them directly on the phone as well. They'll be able to go through on the phone, do the order, get it delivered to your house on Tuesday. Done. I was like, perfect. I was like, why didn't someone tell me this in the shop? Why didn't the woman I was on the phone to in the shop tell me this earlier on? I could have got this sorted hours ago. This would have been all great. And he said, but the sales team finished an hour ago. So I was like, fuck. So one option would be for me to cancel it tomorrow and then get it delivered Tuesday. But I think at this point it's just easy to just drive in and get it now. I don't know. Absolute pain in the ass. Because it takes an hour to go through. Well, to be fair, Hugh, to be fair to the people in the shop, it wasn't their fault. It was the online kind of side of it. They were just kind of tied. Yeah, but to be fair to them, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they seemed okay, but what I would say is that they didn't really have any authority to do anything. Do you do anything else besides YouTube? Yes, YouTube is just like a side thing. I don't really make any money from it. Hi, Sean. Good to see you, mate. Yeah. Do you want me to show you? Will I show you how you do this? Do you guys want to see how I got this deal today and how it works? So what I would say though is, don't order directly through the website, right? Right, okay. So, yeah. Okay, I'll go through and I'll just show you the process, right? So, I've listed in the description here, I've listed Hot UK deals, and the reason I've listed Hot UK deals and not linked directly to O2 is because the links in Hot UK deals has got all the information. Like, if you scroll through all of these, you'll see all, especially that there's more comments in this one, but it gives you a breakdown as to what you do, how you do it, you know, how you claim for it, what you have to say, what you don't have to say, and all that. But I'll show you just now. But as I said, you know, in the description area, I've linked to this page because it's got so much information. So this is one of the free gifts I can claim. Those headphones are actually £100 on Amazon, and those speakers are £30. But these have got like 2-star reviews. Everyone says they're awful, so I'm maybe going to go for the speaker. So if you scroll down, you can see this: pay your device in full. And you can see 351, and it's the same deal with this. If you go to the P30 Pro, scroll down, pay your device in full, 580.50, which is what you see there. Now, as I was saying, you need to get that £75 discount, right? And you can't get it here. You can't get it just by ordering, like, add to basket. I couldn't get that deal right now. What you need to do is go to contact us or help. Contact us. It will be available tomorrow. It's not available just now because it's nearly midnight. But you click on that and you tell them, I'm interested in the P30 or the P30 Pro. You say, one of my friends got a £75 discount. What's the best price you can do? If someone is, you know, the person on the other line on the live chat, if they're not playing ball, they're not giving you the answers that you want, just say thank you, close it, open it back up, get someone else. Hopefully you don't get the same person. And then just say the same thing. You know, I'm looking at the P30 Pro, but someone told me, like, my friend got it at 276, or I'm looking at the P30 Pro, my friend got it for 505.50. I'm looking at the P30, my friend got it for 276. Just say something, you know, kind of that ballpark. You have to then spend a ridiculous amount of time talking to them as far as, you know, do you understand, blah, blah, blah. Do you want to be contacted by third parties? No. Go through the whole rigmarole, and you're like, no, yes, no. Just like, you know, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir. Go through the whole thing with them. It's annoying. You know, you just have to go through it all. But at the end, they give you a link. And effectively, they give you a link that takes you to the exact same page as this one with the deal, but the difference is the discount is applied and it's got, you know, the £75 taken off. So it wouldn't be 351, it would be 276, and it wouldn't be 580.50, it'd be 505.50. The £75 discount would be off. Now that, you know, I spoke to one of the advisors about this and I said, well, just send me a different link. He's like, no, each link is unique and it's like one click and then it disappears. So yeah, it's a special offer thing. You need to speak to them to get the additional, like, it's still a good deal at this price. You know, it's still an amazing deal. If I didn't get the extra £75, it would have still been a great deal, but get the £75, of course. You need to speak to them to do that. Now, the tariff side of it is, you know, you pay this up front and then that's your tariff. Worst case scenario is, you know, you get your phone, in your O2 account, you can go in. There's an option to unlock your phone, and you just put in your IME. Is it IMEI or IMEI? You put in that number in, and you will unlock your phone. But it might actually, some people have said, if you look on the Hot UK Deals thread, some people have said that it's unlocked already. You don't have to do that, but put your SIM card in from another network, and if it works, and it's unlocked. If it doesn't, you can do it from the account. If that doesn't work, you phone up. As far as the deals go, there's like a Huawei page for it. You can claim the watch between 15th and 15th and 31st. 15th to 31st of July. It's there right in front of me. Then it's your free gift. It says you can claim up to the 4th of September. No, you don't have to do it. Another perk. This is the first time I've did this. I've seen lots of deals posted about O2 refresh deals before on Hot UK Deals. This was kind of came at the same time. And again, I wasn't really looking for a deal when I saw this pop up. I was just going to wait for a few weeks or a month to buy the Asus Zenfone 6. I did read a couple of reviews about the Asus Zenfone 6 though. The front camera is amazing, but the actual camera in comparison to the OnePlus 7 and the Huawei P30 and P30 Pro, it just isn't as good. Like, the sensors on these phones are better. You know, the main thing about the Asus Zenfone is that it flips around. You can use that amazing back camera at the front. But another thing I saw was that whenever... See, I don't know how much of an issue this would be, but it was something that was kind of put me off with the Asus Zenfone, was that whenever you got a text, if it vibrated or if you had anything vibrating, the actual camera would vibrate as well, would kind of make a noise because it's, you know, the way it's fastened. I get the impression it's not that big a deal though. A bigger deal with the Asus Zenfone was just because how bad Asus or Asus, is it Asus or Asus? I keep mixing it up. But the bigger thing is that they've just completely messed up the launch, and it's hard to get behind them. You know, it's hard to get excited about the phone when a phone that they were doing pre-orders for 2 months ago still isn't out. So, you know, it doesn't really suggest it's going to be good for updates or be good for anything else. So yeah, that was kind of putting me off as well. Huawei's get updated a lot more. If you want O2 priority but don't want to get a contract phone, buy a pay-as-you-go SIM. Boom, you get the same access. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. That's good to know. That's good to know for future. I still need to cancel it. So this is another part of this deal, is that you do need to phone them up and you do need to cancel it. But it's the price you pay. It's the price you... I mean, I can handle a 30-minute conversation to save this amount of money. As I said, if I look on... I mean... And again, I'm not saying I would ever pay this, because I wouldn't. But I mean, look on Amazon. P30 Pro, 885, P30, 700. And if I sell that watch, I'm getting it for sub 200. It's an insane discount, absolutely insane discount. I mean, I could basically use this phone for like 3-4 months and then sell it and probably not lose any money. I'm not saying these are good deals though. Amazon's kind of strange. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but Amazon sometimes it gets okay deals with the Xiaomi Redmi Note and things like that, but see, for normal phones, it's very hard to get a bargain on Amazon. Amazon Italy sometimes gets a deal. Amazon Germany, Amazon UK, it's always one of the most expensive ways to buy a phone. I don't know why they aren't competitive. I'm surprised Amazon hasn't just entered the mobile phone contract world anyway and tried to offer people mobile phones under contract. Seems like they're missing a turn there. They make a killing. You can see though they are pushing that watch and all the deals now for the P30. and P30 Pro. Yeah. So anyway, guys, yeah, that's my whole story. That's why I bought the P30. As I said, there's a couple of videos out there. Who was the guy? There was a guy I subscribed to him. I subscribed to too many tech channels now. I lose track. I'll see if I can find this guy and find this guy's video. This guy was really good. I really liked his video about it. Okay, see if I can get this here. P30 versus P. So there's one guy. There's one guy in particular. Like I've watched a lot of these videos. As you can see with the red line. Where is this guy? Where is he? Where is his video? P30 versus P. So he's here somewhere. Where is the guy? He's I don't know if he's, I can't remember if he's Dutch or German or something like that. Sod's Law. Whenever you do anything live as far as trying to find something, you never find it. No, it wasn't Super Surf. It was like a direct comparison. A direct comparison. I could probably actually just look through my history and find it. Maybe do that. I'll be able to look through history. Look through my history. There it is. There it is. The Nitpicker. Have any of you guys heard of this guy? So I'm going to leave a link to this guy. So he's quite a good YouTuber. I quite like him. I like the way he compared stuff. So I must admit, this was one of the videos that kind of convinced me to go for the P30. It does a follow-up video as well, which somewhere else in his channel, where he actually says he prefers the P30 over the P30 Pro because of the headphone jack, because it's smaller. If I kind of scroll through some of this, he does all of these kind of photo comparisons as well. I think I can't remember. I can't even remember which one is which one's the P30 and which one's the P30 Pro. But he goes through a lot of these ones and he compares them all. I mean, look at that. I mean, look at the difference there. No doubt, if you had to zoom in and blow these pictures up, there'd be a massive difference. But when you're looking at these things on your phone, even looking at it on a screen, on a monitor, David Lee's good. Yeah, I like David Lee. I don't know if I subscribed to this guy today. I thought it was quite good. But if you look through some of his pictures here, I mean, which one is which? One's the P30, one's the P30 Pro. So, I mean, this video was highly influential as to me saying, well, why don't I save a few £100 and pick up the P30 and I get the headphone jack? Left is P30 Pro, is it? There's really not much. I mean, maybe I'm quite bad at this, but I can't see much in it. There's other ones, like there's more difference in this one. You can see some of them, there's more difference. But again, he's called the nitpicker. Maybe he is kind of nitpicking. These ones you can see there's a difference here. Yeah, so there is a difference. I'm not blinded by the fact that the P30 Pro has better cameras and it is overall, more. Well, it's not more powerful. It's the same CPU, but the camera, from a camera functionality point of view, the P30 Pro is better. I'm certainly not disputing that. I just don't think it's that much better where, the P30 is like not worth it. And this was one of the problems a few years ago where, I don't know. Yeah, sorry, I'm going off topic there. But yeah, this was one of the problems a few years ago where the mid-range phones, the cameras were terrible. But 2019, we're seeing a lot of companies, and the flagship has got the same sensors or most of the same sensors as the one that's just below or two below. There's certainly, the P30 Pro is the better camera. I'm not claiming it isn't, but I think for the price, I'm very, very happy with what the P30 looks like it can do. Well, I mean, I use the back camera mostly for taking photos of things that I'm reviewing, to be honest. But what he does do as well, he gives his overall summary of it as well. You know, this part he's talking about the summary, and he he talks about what he likes and doesn't like. But if you actually look at the videos between them as well, though. And again, check out this guy's video. It is good. It shows you it in more detail. I'll add this to the description so that you guys. So I'll add it to the description area. Give him a subscription. Show him some love. Right. Okay, so it's not going to load now. So yeah, the videos. Again, P30 Pro, a little bit better, but there really isn't a lot in it. I don't think there is anyway. I think I made the right decision. You know, I don't think I could really justify paying an extra few £100 to get the P30 Pro. Plus, I like the idea of having a headphone jack. I do like the idea of a headphone jack. But yeah, I mean, when you're looking at the two cameras at the back for the 4K, I mean, what do you think? Do you think there's a huge amount in it? The selfie camera, identical because it's the exact same sensor. And again, as I said, 90% of the time I take video. Maybe even higher than that. Whenever I take videos, it will be the front camera. So it will be this camera that I use, and it's the same in both phones. So yeah, check out this guy's video. It's quite good. Yeah, I definitely got a steal. I'm happy with it. And the price that I've paid is, it's less than I would pay for. It's cheaper than the K20. It's cheaper than the Google Pixel 3a. Which is mid-range phone with a good camera. But yeah, it's still cheaper than that. So yeah, I think I got a bargain, guys. I think I got a bargain. I'll check it out. But same thing. At the start of the video, Norlis was joking, saying, I'll sell it by September. But if I do end up selling the P30, I'm not going to be losing a ton of money on it. And this is one of the things that you kind of have to think about sometimes as well. The more you spend on a phone, the more you're going to lose, simply because of depreciation. And if you change your phones a lot, I've actually not changed my phone in a year. I actually thought I'd be changing it sooner. But if you do change your phone a lot, you're going to lose a lot more. So if you spend 600, it'll maybe drop down to 200, 300 in a year. If you spend 900 or $1,000, it could probably still drop down to about 400. So in this case, I'm paying 276. I'm getting a watch. I'm getting it all. So yeah, very happy with it. Very happy. Not happy with the driving all the way into Glasgow to get it, and it wasn't there. No, I don't agree with it either. To be honest with you, I'm like, from a phone perspective, if it was just me and my phone, I'd be happy with this. The Poco phone's still awesome. I would still buy it, but I do videos on YouTube, and I that's one aspect of a phone I do like to improve over time. Plus, I'll give this to my mum. She'll get use out of it. So, thanks for watching, guys. It's quite late, so I'm going to get to bed. I've got a lot on tomorrow. I need to get up early. But yeah, I just wanted to do a video, and I didn't have time to do a big long video and do a lot of it, editing or anything like that. So wanted to do a live stream and let you guys know that I bought it. So I'll do an unboxing in a few days, but after that, if there's anything you want me to test that, just let me know, and I'll could even do a live stream or whatever about it. But I hope you guys are doing all okay. Hope the weekend was good. I'll try and do more live streams. I know I need to try. It's kind of a double-edged sword. In order to get more people to follow you on a live stream, you need to do live streams more often. So I need to try and do them at least once a week. Try and get people to drop by more often. I realise this isn't a great time either. I normally do them much earlier. But thanks for tuning in, Hugh, Ed, Norlis. Who else we got here? Sai was there. Sean. I think that's everyone. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. I will catch up with you guys very soon. I'll do a video on the P30 in a few days. Silverback. Aren't you worrying about China spying on you? I know I had this conversation with my friend today, and the two of us are like, well, the USA spy on us already. You know, Google knows everything about me, everything, because I register, you know, I log in with Google every single day of my life on my phone, on my tablet, on my laptop, because I use Gmail and things like that. So they know everything about me. So if China knows some things about me, you know what I mean? And it's not like I'm not doing anything malicious, which I appreciate is not the point. But, you know, we've already got people spying on us and all that anyway. So it's not something I'm worrying about, if I'm honest. You know, one country spying on me instead of another. Not that they're going to find anything interesting, but still. But thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Apologies, but it is midnight. I am tired. I am up early, and I need to go. This old body doesn't operate well on little sleep, right? So thanks for watching, guys. I'll show you guys the phone in a few days, and then try and do some videos and that with it. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the purchase. But maybe with the money I've saved, maybe I can go out and get another phone in a few months. Time will tell. Right, guys, thanks for watching, guys. If you're in the UK, get to bed. It is quite late. Speak to you all very soon. Cheers.